Comey testifies today. What can we expect? I'm telling you something, people. The sickness, the actual sickness in the mind of some of these left-wing God haters is astounding. And those who love God and are just deceived. Yeah, I've said a lot. I'm going to say more. I'm Randall Terry. This is Voice of Resistance. The defining moment of the Trump presidency is about to be upon us. James Comey is going to tell... Really? The defining moment of the Trump presidency? That is so funny. Now think about it. If there was a defining moment of the Trump presidency, which I don't think there has been, there would have been a lot of other moments. Was it when he gave his inauguration speech and said America first? Was it when he talked certain companies out of going to Mexico and saved tens of thousands of American jobs? Was it when he said Islamic terrorism is a threat? We're going to have a travel ban? Was it when he made good on his promise to have a pro-life justice sit on the Supreme Court? At least we think he's pro-life. Were those the defining moments? You understand that in Washington, D.C. today, and by the way, I apologize. I'm filming this show on the day that Comey is testifying, but his testimony comes after the taping. It's just the way it is. I'm sorry. So bars in D.C. are open early. Offices are closing down. Lobbyists are all gathering. They're sharks. Now, there's two groups of people in that camp, all right? There are the people who are left-wing, God-hating, Clinton-loving Democrats and socialists and communists, okay? And then there are those who love God, some friends of ours who are just deceived, never Trumpers. Their pride became a toxin for their soul. Once they were committed early on to saying that Trump was a buffoon or that he was a charlatan or that he was a liar or that he was not fit for the presidency or that he was ethically corrupt because of 3 wives and how many mistresses we don't know, all of that, once they committed to the course that he was not fit for the presidency and they became obsessed with stopping him, even if it meant Hillary's election, that's another group, okay? And I'm telling you, if you're watching me, and you know who you are, guys. You know who you are, ladies. Your pride blinded you, okay? Because at the end of the day, it was either going to be Trump or Clinton. So I don't want to hear the nonsense that we couldn't vote for Trump ethically, all right? Do your theological homework. Do your ethics training homework. Mitigating evil circumstances, the lesser of two evils, all of it. I just don't want to hear the lesser of two evils is still evil, even though that's a true statement, okay? The bottom line is it was either going to be Trump or Hillary, and God saved the world from Hillary Clinton. Do you understand the level of evil that woman is? The level of evil. God saved the world from her. Never mind America. He saved America too. Thank you, Jesus. But he saved the world from her. And if God chooses, as he often does, to use flawed men to save other flawed men from a really evil man or really evil woman, then so be it. Read the book of Judges. Read 1st and 2nd Samuel. Read 1st and 2nd Kings. Read the book of Daniel. Okay, are you hearing me? Look at Cyrus, pagan king who God used. Just go through the scriptures. So history is on the side of the argument that I am making. Theology is on the side of the argument that I am making. That Trump was a blessing because he wasn't Hillary. That's the bottom line. So you've got these two factions of people in D.C. that are drunk, obsessed, like Dracula drunk on, well, you know what Dracula will be drunk on. They're obsessed with bringing down the Trump presidency. The left-wingers are obsessed because they just want Trump defeated. They don't even think about Michael Pence. The right-wingers are obsessed because they think Pence would make a good president because he's a an evangelical. He's a good man. He's an upright man. They like his ethics. They've seen a consistency in his policies. At the end of the day, this isn't the defining moment of the Trump presidency. Okay? This is obsession. And it's obsession that is motivated by broken moral compasses, by cancer in the heart of men and women who are evil, evildoers, and a cancer and a deception in the heart of men and women who are good and who are just bent on vindicating their own goodness and their own wisdom. Have Muslim terrorists hijacked the peaceful religion of Islam? Or is there more to the story? The answer lies in the life of one man, Muhammad, the founder of Islam. Muslim terrorists see themselves inside a 1,400-year-old story, a narrative that focuses on specific events in the life of Muhammad. We are going to look at Muhammad's life using their most sacred literature. We will look at Muhammad at the Battle of Badr. We'll see him deal with those who mock him. We'll see the times when he used deception. We'll witness Muhammad's anti-Semitism. And yes, we will discuss Muhammad and his teachings concerning sex, slavery, and jihad. Friend, if you want to understand Islamic terrorism, get this series today. Blame the Republicans. Blame McConnell. Blame that wuss Paul Ryan. I'm sorry, Speaker wuss Paul Ryan. I want to use the proper respectful titles. Blame them. All right, every time President Trump turns around, some idiot in the media and in the left wing talks about, is this an impeachable offense? Is this an impeachable offense? Is this an impeachable offense? Will you all shut up? You're like, you're like an idiot seventh grader who thinks that they're really clever and they really have something on you. And you look at them and you're thinking, wow, you're so foolish and stupid. You're too stupid and foolish to even know that you're stupid and foolish. The only thing worse than just flat out stupidity is when it is surrounded by a moat or a wall of arrogance. Okay? Ignorance in the fortress of arrogance is just about insurmountable. And they'll go clucking to their grave that they're so wise. Yeah, well, what he did was an impeachable offense. No, it really wasn't. There was no offense at all. Just you don't like him. Now, President Obama, on the other hand, that vile, despicable man, he had a lot of impeachable offenses, but the left-wing media was in such a love fest with him, he could have... Randall, watch out. Don't say it. There's probably no end to the things that President Obama could have done, and he would have been excused, and his offenses and crimes would have been ignored. It will come out. Mark my words. Mark this day. You could say, I heard, who was that guy? It was Randall Terry. Mark my words. 8 to 12 years. Some of it will trickle out a little sooner, but you're going to see debauchery, crimes. You're going to see people coming out with their tell-all books. You're going to see people doing interviews about what an evil man he was on a personal level and on a policy level. Okay? Mark my words. All right. So today Comey testifies. Let's move on to other things. This is really disturbing. I'm going to cover it, but any children that are in the room, you need to go ahead and tell them to go out. Waiting, pausing. Children in the room. Okay. So there is a trial that has begun in Michigan where the prosecutor says as many as 100 girls were mutilated. Now, I'll say these words once, then we'll move on. I'll unanswer the question someone asked me off the air, and that is female circumcision. And this is mutilation is a much more appropriate word because it's demonic. Okay? It is demonic. And it's part of Islam. Don't let anyone kid you. Okay? It is part of Islam. It's not a requirement. And all I can tell you is go online. I'm just not going to talk about it on the air because this is supposed to be a family-friendly show. But you go and do a word search about Muhammad and female circumcision. Just do a search, and there'll be websites that come up explaining why. And it has to do with denying women the pleasure that God created for them inside of the covenant and sacrament of marriage. That's why. That's the why. And we'll just leave it at that. But, as this week has unfolded, something has happened internally to me. And namely, it is that I am committed to stopping the charade that Islam is a peaceful religion. I'm committed to stopping the charade that Muhammad was a man of peace. I'm committed to stopping the charade that rape and sexual abuse of women is not inherent inside of Islam and Sharia law, because it is. Muhammad was not a man of peace. He was a man of jihad. And the reason that these evildoers practice jihad is because Muhammad told them to. I'm going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more about things that are in the news. We've got the big election coming up in the United Kingdom. And tomorrow night, we have an exclusive interview with one of the founding generals of the Israeli army. Don't go away. Friend, I want to talk to two distinct groups of people. Those who can make a contribution and those who need a scholarship. This program takes money, and I'm asking those of you who can make a contribution to help us. But you're not just supporting this show, you're supporting people who want access to this information, and guess what? We give it to them for free. You can get my writings on Islam. You can get my book, A Humble Plea. You can get multiple teaching series on how to do a press conference, how to run for office, how to be a public advocate. Go to our website. We've got shows reaching all the way back to 2010, which are cataloged by topic. So, for those of you who can help us with this broadcast, please make a contribution. The rest of you, go to the website. The stuff is for free. And if you want to call in your contribution, call 304-289-3700. Well, our friends across the pond are about to have a new prime minister or keep the same one. We'll keep you posted, but Islamic terrorism, front and center. Security of the British Isles, front and center. This godless mayor of London, this Muslim mayor of London, front and center. And the idiots in London who voted for this Muslim mayor, God have mercy on them. We would be tempted to say they get what they deserve. No one deserves Islam. No one. I'm going to show you a clip from Reza Aslan. Now, I've been focusing on this, and if you've already seen this, bear with me and watch it again. We need to know what we're dealing with. So Reza Aslan is the CNN commentator who called President Trump a piece of blank, excrement, and CNN hasn't fired him. They're trying to just tamp out the fire, and I'm trying to gin up the fire. It's really simple. So at the end of this, we'll put up the contact information for CNN, and I'm just asking, have you called them yet? Have you tweeted them yet? Have you done your part in trying to get this man fired? All right? He's a liar, and he justifies and protects rape and sexual abuse of women. That's the bottom line here, people, okay? Reza Aslan is a liar who protects the rapist element and the sexual abuse element of Islam. And the rapist element, by the way, is strictly about the rules of war. You capture a woman in war, you can rape her. That's what the Quran says. That's what Sharia law teaches. That's what the series of Muhammad show, and that's what the Hadith show. It's part of Islam. That's why ISIS does it. That's why Al-Qaeda does it. That's why Boko Haram does it. And that's why all these men that are going into Europe have changed certain safe cities into places where they don't even know how many rapes going on. It's Muslim men raping infidel women because of what Muhammad did and said and taught. Okay? Here's Reza Aslan.
Reza Aslan, the Muslim author of No God But God, is a frequent guest on many TV and radio shows in the U.S. He is a master of deception regarding the history of Muhammad. For example, look at his treatment of Muhammad's relationship to two women, the Jewish Rehana and the Christian Copt, Maria. Muhammad had multiple wives when he died, almost 10. Aslan wrote,
"With very few exceptions, these marriages were not sexual unions, but political ones. Muhammad's marriage to Rehana, a Jew, linked him with the Jewish tribe of Banu Qurayza, while his marriage to Maria, a Christian and a Copt, created a significant political alliance with the Christian ruler of Egypt."
This is a lie. First, these women were not Muhammad's wives. They were his concubines. In Islam, concubine means,
especially in Muslim societies, a woman residing in a harem and kept for sexual purposes. Odalisque, a woman slave in a harem.
Al-Tabari wrote of these two women.
On account of the messenger of God's slave concubines, they were Maria binti Sham Undargo and Rayana from Banu Qurayza.
Al-Tabari was clear. They were not Muhammad's wives. They were his slave concubines. Muhammad kept them for his sexual satisfaction, not to forge political links, as Aslan says. His deception continues.
His marriage to Rehana, a Jew, linked him with the Jewish tribe of Banu Qurayza.
This is also a lie. The Jewish tribe of Banu Qurayza was extinct. They were massacred at Muhammad's order. Every male who had reached puberty was decapitated. The women and children were distributed among the Muslims as slaves.
Then the apostle divided the property, wives, and children of Banu Qurayza among the Muslims.
Muhammad enslaved Rehana.
The apostle had chosen one of their women for himself, Rehana, and she remained with him until she died in his power.
And again, Al-Tabari discusses her sexual slavery in a very spiritual fashion.
God granted Rehana of the Banu Qurayza to his messenger as booty.
Rehana was booty to Muhammad, a prize of war from Allah, a sexual slave, not a wife. Likewise, Maria, the Coptic Christian, was a sexual slave. Muhammad had sent a threatening letter to the leader of the Copts, urging him to become a Muslim and warning him of the results if he did not.
I invite you to accept Islam. If you accept, you will find peace, and you will save your throne. If you turn your back on this offer, the responsibility for the disaster to befall your subjects belongs to you.
The leader of the Copts declined the offer, but sadly, he sent the sexual slave Maria to Muhammad as a gift. Shortly after Muhammad's death, as Muhammad threatened, disaster struck the Copts. Saber-slashing Muslims flooded Egypt, killing and enslaving them. The persecution of the Coptic Christians and the killings continue to this day in Egypt. The Muslim Brotherhood, the Council on American Islamic Relations, men like Reza Aslan, myriads of Muslim advocates are knowingly deceiving non-Muslims in the House of Infidels, as they call us, as well as unaware Muslims, regarding Muhammad's oppressive acts and his threats to those who refused to submit to him.
Please, please, please contact CNN. Do something, please. Don't go out. I'll be right back. What Would Mohammed Do? Islamic Terrorism Explained is the best movie series documentary ever produced on the life of Muhammad and Islam. How do I know? Because it's what critics are saying. John Moore, radio host and author, said, "I learned more from What Would Mohammed Do about Islam and Islamic terrorism than I've learned from everything I ever read and watched in my entire life." Best-selling author Dr. Bill Warner said, "What Would Mohammed Do is the best movie series, TV production on the life of Muhammad and Islamic terrorism that has ever been produced." Friends, this is what the experts are saying. No one has ever done what we've done. I encourage you to get 1, 2, 4 copies. Call 304-289-3700. That's 304-289-3700, or order it at the address or the website that you see on the screen. For those of you who are political activists, I have 2 books that are must-reads for you, and you need them in your library. 1, The Book That Made America, How the Bible Formed Our Nation, and 2, Confrontational Politics. I love both of these books. The book by Jerry Newcomb comes highly recommended by Ann Coulter. It gives you the ammunition so that you can say and see for yourself that the Bible was indeed the foundation of this republic. We weren't built to be a secular nation. We were built to be a God-fearing nation on the principles of Christianity as laid out in the scriptures. And confrontational politics, this puts to rest forever the lie that we should be nicer than Jesus when it comes to political activism. If we're going to win, we have to be confrontational. Only $25 for both books. Call 304-289-3700. That's 304-289-3700. Welcome back to the program, friend. I want to thank all of our viewers who help us, who pray for us. We get phone calls. Some of you know that sometimes I answer the phone. We have a very, very small team of people who put this program together, but it is an honor to do so. And I thank those of you who have invested your time in watching, but especially those of you who have invested your time in praying for us, and those who've gone the next step, who have purchased books, tapes, or given a gift. We don't sell them, given a gift for books, tapes, videos, or who've just given a gift. We recently upgraded our cameras. Have you noticed the change in the camera? Here, I'm going to turn the camera to you. Ready? Look at how alarmingly clear that is. We were able to get 2 new cameras. One of them was used, so it wasn't new, it was used. And the other one was on a special, so we got it. And it takes money to run a place like this. We have other gear needs that we have. We have staff that we have to continue to pay. And if you believe in what we're doing, all right, you know what's out there. You see the television shows, you get the mail. You listen to the radio shows. You know what's out there, and there's a lot of good ministries out there. There's a lot of good messages out there, and they all require funds to run. I get it. We talk very little about money on this program, but I'm looking for one person, maybe someone from Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, California, one of our viewers in Texas, Florida, to just pick up the phone and call our own operator. The phone number I'm about to give you is our own staff. We don't have a call center. That's how tight we run things. We do our own mailings. If you get a letter from us, you see that it's hand addressed. That's us. So we need to raise $1,000. It's not a lot of money. It's not $50,000, $1,000. So if you can do that, and you would like 50 copies of What Would Mohammed Do, we'll do it. If you want any number of other items we have, but I need 2 people to go and call and make $500 contribution, or go to our website. All right? Well, Randall, what do you do with the money? Well, think about what we do. We created What Would Mohammed Do. We had to hire actors from all over, voice actors from all over the world, cartoonists from all over the world. Call the number you see on your screen and make a credit card contribution, or go to the website, randallterry.com. What else do you do, Randall? We're about to release the Norman McCorvey video. We bring you this show. We go after Reza Aslan. We went after Hillary. That's how we roll. We're warriors, but we still need a supply line. Please help us. Go to the phone, go to the website and help us if you can. And pray for us. God bless you.